Hi guys, Darkovika here, and I figured it was time to do another video where I talk about books, because those do really well. No, I'm just kidding. I actually had this thought a little while back and I just didn't get around to doing it, but I wanted to talk about a book series that was actually really important to me as a kid. And I literally grew up on these books. Like, these books were my childhood. They were everything that I was in love with. I was that kid who was obsessed with two things: dragons and wolves. Those were my favorite things on the entire planet. I would throw a fit in elementary school if I could not do an animal report, because we would do animal reports. I used to want to do them on wolves every single time. And that was me. I was that kid. And so I was real big on animals. I was real big on magic and fantasy and all that stuff. And I was convinced that I was either going to get my Hogwarts letter when eventually I picked up that book series, or, something like that, as kids are wont to believe. And this series, it didn't look like this, but this is the reboot versions of the series. This is Avalon Web of Magic, if you couldn't tell. And again, like I said, this is the reboot version, which is to say, it has art in it. It has, here we go. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like an indie published version of the books that I grew up with. I actually went to the bookstore a while back to pick them up because I was like, I don't own these anymore. They've just been lost throughout the years and I want them. And I walked in and Dude Bro was like, yo, we don't carry those and they haven't been carried in a really long time. They actually don't print them anymore. I guess the original printing company went out of business. So the author, Rachel Roberts, yeah, I think that's her name, Rachel Roberts. It's not on here. It just says Roberts on the spine. It doesn't actually say her name. Oh my God, look at how cute this is. That's Emily. So this series was about three girls, as you can tell from the cover. It was about three girls: Emily, Adrian, and Kara. And they were extremely different from each other. Emily moved with her mom to a whole other state because of a divorce. And I won't go too deep into it, but obviously Emily and her new friends stumble across some crazy things in this new place that they're living in, which I can't remember. Connecticut? Pennsylvania? I feel like it's Pennsylvania. It's gotta be Pennsylvania. I ain't gonna go looking for this. There's no way. It's not gonna tell me in the first chapter. There's no way it's gonna tell me in the first chapter. It's gonna be like, that thing that books do where it takes 3 pages for it to actually start talking about how they got there. Anyways, I digress. But yeah, so they come across magic and they come across magical animals and they have to save the animals. So obviously this was very much up my alley. There was even a wolf in the series. So, I loved it. And it was my everything. And even better was the fact that one of the later books actually came with a music CD, with, I think it was just 2 songs from Between. Throwback to the early 2000s, literally 2002. But it was Between, and there were 2 tracks on there, and I think it was, well, definitely one of them was Supernatural High, which I remember way better than the other one, and the second one, which is eluding me, but Supernatural High was my favorite. I will try to put a clip of this, but it's unlikely. I loved these books. I was obsessed with them. I have them all here, the new versions. I will show you. So I've obviously shown you the first one. This is the cover of the second one. This one was very fun. That's Kara on the cover and her cat, her lynx partner, except it's a magical lynx. Oh, and there are dragons in the background. It's very important to the plot. Of course there were dragons. Are you surprised? And then this is, oh yes, this is Adrian's book. So the first book was Emily's book, and then so the second book was Kara's book, and the third book is Adrian's book. And let's see, Cry of the Wolf. And then, this is the one that came with the music disc. It's called Spell Singer, and the music, oh wow, okay, that discolored my camera really weird. The songs actually played a part in this. So when they recorded the tracks for this book, it's so much brighter in the video because I have a filter on. But when they recorded the songs which were in the book so that whenever they were referencing the lyrics and stuff, well, these were lyrics for songs that they had for the books. And later I found out, much to my heartbreak, they actually went on a book tour with Between, and they had like a concert with the songs for the books. I'm crushed. I didn't know. And then this is, I went out of order. Pfft, lol. Okay, well, this is book 4. Secret of the Unicorn, which I don't remember. I mean, it has Emily on the cover, but I don't remember this one very well. I don't remember. Where's book 6? I know there's a book 6. Oh, I think I just bought the first 5. Okay. There are a lot of them. Just, I think there's like 12. I only have the remakes of the first 5. I will eventually get the rest of them. What I also have is 2 of the originals. This is the very first one, and I took this book everywhere. I don't know, you can't really see how much wear this has. It's like got creases, it's got a little bit of water damage. The pages are yellowed so much. Look at that. That is so, I loved this series. This might actually be, oh no, this is by Shelley Roberts. So, okay, I'll get to that, actually. I'll be right back. Oh, wait, let me read you the back. Okay. Deep in the woods, a secret place beckons. What if you found it and it changed your life forever? Emily, she's the shy one, the new girl in town. She doesn't believe in magic. Deep in the woods, magical animals are living and dying. What if only you could save them? Child me was like, yes, I can save them. Adrian, she's the strange girl, the outsider. She doesn't believe in friends. Deep in the woods, magic is gathering. What if only you could use it? Or misuse it? Kara, she's the spoiled, snobby, and popular one. The magic believes in her. And 2 girls who can't stand her need her desperately. Welcome to a world where magic is real and friendship is everything. There used to be a website for this too. Oh my God. Okay, this series is my everything. Like, I'm thinking about it. I'm like going in a trip through time. They made a website. Okay, hang on. Let me roll back a little bit. So they eventually come across a magic website. Okay, the girls do, because hang on. Okay, train of thought. This is the 6th one, Trial by Fire. So I do have the 6th one, just not the remake. And I'll get to that in a second if I remember, because I'm very excited right now and there's a lot of things going through my head. But at some point, the girls come across a magical website because Adrian lives on a reservation. Not the right word. There's a word that I want and it's not that. It's like a zoo, but it's not. A preservation. Literally just stick a P in front of the word that I just said. Okay. A preservation for animals. And it was originally owned by a man who eventually just disappeared. And he didn't exactly leave the place to Adrian's grandmother, but she was the caretaker. And so Adrian lives there because her grandmother is the caretaker for the preservation. On this preservation, secretly, are magic animals that come from Avalon, which is the name of the book. So eventually, through some sleuthing, they come across a computer in this man's study, and I forget who does it. I forget who finds it. Adrian? I feel like it was Adrian. She eventually finds this secret in the computer, and they unlock a website for Avalon. So the author, they made so much for these books. I was so spoiled. I missed this, okay? They had a website for it. And then you, in the book, you could unlock the secret part of the website and find Avalon. And it was just, okay, I don't even know if it exists anymore. I highly doubt it. I'm not going to check. This is Darkovika from the future during editing. I did go and check. This is all it says. I don't know how long it said this. It's avalonmagic.com, and all it says is, get ready, something really cool is coming soon. I don't know how truthful that is. I highly doubt it. I also forgot to mention a couple of things. I guess Avalon Web of Magic was based off of a show called The Jewel Riders format. I don't know what this is, but this is apparently what it was based off of. And there is an Avalon archive for the series that someone runs. So the more you know. But it was, I was so into this series and I believed in it so wholeheartedly. This was my everything. And I don't have it here to show you. And I can't begin to explain to you how soul crushing this is I can't find it. I have 3 very special stuffed animals in my life and that I have just kept from childhood. One of them is a very ratty pink unicorn, and it is actually from this series. In book 7, I think, there's a unicorn thing that shows up, but it's not actually a unicorn, and it's like a pink blob, and it disguises itself because it's afraid the girls won't like it because it's a blob, and that unicorn was available for purchase as a stuffed animal for very limited time, and I like scrounged up some money and I bought it myself. Like I sent that in the mail in a very heavy envelope, and I got my stuffed animal, and I can't find her, and I'm like crushed. Okay, like that unicorn. I'm sad. But the other thing that I was going to mention, it's interesting that I have these original copies because I found out while doing a little digging that it wasn't just like a redo of the covers that happened. It was also apparently like a redo of the books. Like they addressed some plot holes in the series. They like revamped it. Hey guys, Darkovika from the future again. And I actually did take like a 2-second look at this part just to see if there was like an immediate difference. And there actually is. Right off the bat, there is already a section in chapter 1. Like the first 3 paragraphs are not in the original book. So I did actually realize that book 1 is Shelley Roberts and book 6 is Rachel Roberts. So if I remember correctly, and I didn't look this up, I think Shelley Roberts was the original person who was doing the series, and I think Rachel Roberts was her daughter. I might be wrong on that. But if that's the case, then I think Rachel Roberts was the one that went back and edited these. I could be wrong again. But that's there you go. So there is quite a big difference between the books, which is interesting and kind of cool, but also like makes these worth a bit more. They're the originals. I have to actually go back and like actually examine these. Actually. Oh wait, hang on. Stormbringer, Bestiary, and I beg your pardon. There's a bestiary in here. You can tell that I haven't finished this. Okay, look at this. It's a quiffle, guys. It's a quiffle. Oh, it's the magic animals. Look, it's a Pegasus. Look at that art. That is bomb. This series is so good. Okay, but it hasn't really aged well. I mean, when you read it, it's definitely for kids. Like, I was reading back and I was like, rose-colored glasses. Like, I love this series so much, but this is definitely for, like, an 11-year-old. Oh, man. You know, like, some books like Harry Potter are also for 11-year-olds, but they're a little more advanced. This series wasn't exactly that, but it's still my everything, and I want my kids to read this 100%. Because like, oh man, it was just so much magic and so much excitement. And it was everything that me as a little girl just loved. Like 3 girls, magical. Sometimes boys were in there. Okay, I was like kind of a stereotypical little girl sometimes, but you know, we won't talk about that. And it was very exciting and very fantasy, very romantic, and just, I loved it. And that was basically everything. I think I actually did address everything. Was also the fact that these are different from the way that like if we look at, see, this was Circles in the Stream, and this was the back, which is what I read you guys with like the character introductions. Circles in the Stream on this side is, I think, actually, it's totally different. It says, Emily, Adrian, and Kara are all drawn to a secret place deep in the woods. It is much harder than it would be because Kara will not cooperate with the other 2 mages. It's a strange sentence. There they discover a portal to another world through which strange and wondrous animals have emerged, searching desperately for the magic that will keep them alive. The animals are peaceful and good, but what follows them through the portal is pure evil. The girls have been chosen by magical beings called fairymentals to protect the magical animals, though they do not know why. To save them and their world, the 3 girls must begin a quest to find the lost home of legendary magic, Avalon, or to perish trying. How epic is that? Like, oh my god, I love this. So, yeah, I just figured I'd share that with you guys. Obviously, I don't have the entire series, like I mentioned, but it is my hope to one day collect all of them and own them and cherish them and, you know, all that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm like really happy that I at least have 2 of the original 6 that I owned. I did have physical copies of book 7 and I think book 8, maybe. But that was about where I fell out of the series. They took a long time to publish, and I think around book 7 or 8 was when they were having publishing problems. So I also used to buy these at Borders. That's how long ago that was. And then Borders went out of business, so there you go. And obviously Barnes & Noble doesn't carry them anymore, so that sucks. That's so soul-crushing. I loved these books. Emily was like my favorite character. That was my pretend name. Whenever we would do like play pretend, I was always Emily. Every time. I always picked the name Emily. As I've grown older, that taste has changed, sort of. I still love the name Emily. And I've never met a person named Emily, which is good because if I ever wanted to name a child Emily, you know that thing, you can't name your kid after someone you know. So it's like the second you know someone named that, you're just like, oh, okay. That name's out. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope this was interesting to you. I'm doing some work with my camera. I know it's been a little fuzzy lately. I tried to make some changes for this video. Let me know how it looks. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know about some of your childhood books in the comments below. Like, I'd love to hear about them. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.